I thought of you the entire time I was pooping.
Ah, thank you. Does it help? It might. You never know. You never know what I'll have. If I struggle to go, I guess someone to jump out on me and surprise me.
I'll remember that.
Firecrackers hidden around the bathroom strategically. Anyway, ask me what we're talking about.
What are we fucking talking about? What the fuck? What?
You wanted a scary story, didn't you, Jesse? So
yes,
this is supernatural, either people dicking about or supernatural phenomenon caught on a trail cam in BC.
I'm very excited already. Oh my god!
Do you believe in witches?
I mean, yeah, it's just
we've all seen Hocus Pocus.
Witches are just people who, stereotypically women who practice witchcraft, like paganism, and like
and Harry Potter's a wizard who does wizarding. I don't understand you. That's
witches exist. It's not something
about
it's like asking if I believe in stovetops. It's like,
do you believe in Catholics? Are they real?
Yeah, exactly. Play the music.
Play the music.
What makes Canada boring?
Have you ever seen the flag? It's a leaf.
£1 million to go to Canada.
Canada is boring. I was actually shocked. I mean, from all the countries they could choose from.
Do you like maple syrup?
No, I don't. These Canadians ain't got a care in the world.
Get my country's name out of your fucking mouth.
I was like, oh, he's in Canada. All right. Okay, you communist.
The country needs you.
I'm Canadian.
But don't feel bad for Canada. Believe me, this is their strategy.
I'll tell you another thing. The beer sucks.
Don't run off to Canada. It's so boring there.
Hello and welcome to Canada's Boring. My name is Rhys Waters and with me is Jesse Harley, who has proudly displaying his new dryer over his right shoulder. If you're audio only, you can't see the shiny chrome beast that he uses to turn damp clothes into slightly less damp clothes.
Yeah, it's the only two buttons on the dryer. Do you want
damp,
your clothes damp or less damp? It's an early model. They were still working out the bugs.
I'm very excited. I've had this one. I've actually had this one on our list for a long time. I was saving it for Halloween, but you asked for something scary.
Before we start, do we have some emails that we can talk about at the end of the show?
Oh, we do have an email, actually. We do have an email from a listener responding to our episode about Alberta. So we'll talk about that later. And also we'll do the STD zone later on, which is the small talk dimension zone. Because we'll get straight into the content. And if you give a shit about our lives, then hang around at the end. Don't get off put because you got to wait to wade through it before you hear the story, bro. Anyway,
tell me,
have you got your laptop in front of you?
I do. Can you put it like when you tell this? Can you tell it like a spooky story? Can you put like some scary music behind it and all that stuff?
Like that to help.
Yep.
Go. Shit,
very helpful. I've been asking for a scary story for a really long time, and I want you to go all out. I want this to be.
Well, just
spook me up, man.
I don't. How about you just Google Powell River, British Columbia witches.
Howell, BC. Howell River.
Yeah.
BC witches.
Tell me what comes up.
Woman called witches shows up on security cam. What the fuck? Women called witches show up on security cam. Yeah, I see that.
Can you see a picture? Can you see a picture? Yep. Describe the image.
I mean, okay, so I'm already disappointed here, Rhys. This isn't going to be paranormal. This is two half-naked women
eating a dead deer on a trail.
Oh, I didn't see that. That doesn't look like a dead deer.
There's a dead deer corpse and two scantily clad, pretty much naked women with long black hair hanging down like the movie The Ring, feasting on the corpse of a dead deer on a trail cam.
I don't see the dead deer.
So anyway, this This photo of witches was reportedly captured by Karina Stanhope, a 36-year-old nurse from Powell River, British Columbia. Now, this is a few years old, so she's probably older now, who shared them on social media. Stanhope reportedly found a dead deer in her garden while riding on one of her horses. She decided to set up a trail cam to see if the dead deer would attract any animals during the night, because she'd hoped to catch a bobcat again on camera. When she and her grandfather Bob reviewed the footage, they observed two half-naked women appearing to dine on the corpse. The figures near the carcass are seen stooped over with their hair covering the faces.
Hold on. I gotta. Sorry, you know what? I'll wait to interrupt. I will wait to interrupt you. Yeah, please continue.
They appeared, according to the report, 10 minutes after the trail camera had been set up. Stanhope said, "I came in the next day and Grandpa said there were naked people on the camera, and I said, no, you didn't. Bullshit. So he showed me," she said. Reports say the images show what appears to be the two figures with long matted black hair wearing just a piece of cloth covering their buttocks, standing over the dead deer.
I mean, that's what the image shows, yeah. I wish I could find a video of this.
In another image, one of the figures is seen lifting the hoof of the carcass to her mouth.
Jesus. Okay, so
how does this make you feel, Jesse?
I mean, gross. But, like, first off, who was it? Tell me the people involved. I wasn't really paying attention to that part.
Okay, you're too busy looking at the naked witches.
It's true.
Karina Stanhope, a 36-year-old nurse from Powell River, British Columbia, and her grandfather came across these images.
Now, what does she look like?
She just looks like a normal 36-year-old woman.
With what color hair?
She's got black hair, brown hair, like dark hair.
Like the women in the photo?
I guess so. Well, let me get to that. I'm not.
Could it be her and a friend
don't think that I saw these images and went, "Oh my god, real witches! Why would they eat that deer? Oh my god, there's witchcraft in British Columbia." Get me my Bible and a box of matches. We got some.
The simplest answer is that she set up, or her grandfather set up. Who set it up? Her grandfather or her?
She set it up by the corpse to see if they could see any bobcat activity.
Right, and then
what they got was far from bobcat activity.
She called a friend, and they went and they filmed this themselves, and then they showed it to her
grandfather
to freak him out.
Have you ever done anything like that with your grandparents?
No, my grandparents weren't really what you'd call
fun. They went into topless witchcraft.
I mean, they might have been.
So she told the Mirror, "I'm hoping they went for a walk in the day, saw the trail cam set up, and wanted to have a bit of fun with us, or they're on some good drugs. I wanted to go to the police, but my grandpa said no. They weren't doing anything illegal, technically. He was pretty mortified." Again, it could be people messing around on drugs.
I think it's her. I think it's her and a friend.
Okay.
But this isn't paranormal. This isn't like ghosts.
But it's weird shit. I love weird shit, Jack.
It is weird shit.
Weird
I do. No. Don't get me wrong. I love weird shit, and I love stuff like this. It's just you teed me up, and then you didn't.
She said, "You can't really tell from the photos, but the hoof was brought right up to her mouth. I don't know if she was kissing it, smelling it, or eating it, but to touch a decaying carcass like that makes me feel sick. The amount of bacteria that must have been on there. Maybe they were paying their respects, but they were naked."
That is a little weird. That doesn't so if was she kissing or nibbling it or something?
I know, but apparently if you're a witch, you're not afraid of you've got paranormal protection from bacteria. You don't need hand sanitizer. You don't need a mask. You just need the power of, I don't know, secret energy crystals.
The power of secret energy crystals.
We all underestimate the power of crystals, Jesse. It's science. Apparently if you got a blue crystal, just make you happy. Put a black crystal in your pocket, protects you from
it's a little too coincidental that they got video immediately after setting up a trail
within 10 minutes. I know, it's almost like they couldn't wait.
Right, like for real. Yeah, I'm going to call
if we were going to do this, we would have been there within 10 minutes because our ADHD meant we would be too excited.
Way too excited
to do the prank.
So you know me. I love a good paranormal, and I guess this would fall under paranormal.
You don't know this isn't though, Jesse.
I don't know it isn't. I know, but
you can't be 100% sure.
This is me. I love a good paranormal story. I love a good ghost story. You know, and I'm a skeptic. I'm a big skeptic, but I just love these sorts of stories because they're fun. It's just, it's fun to think about this stuff. It's fun to believe about this stuff a little bit, to tease your brain of the what if scenario. Like, well, maybe that's fun. I don't take it too seriously, but like just enough that it's fun. Like wrestling,
Oh yeah,
but
exactly. It is. You could say it's like wrestling. It's fun. It's entertaining. But the thing was though,
but in order, just like wrestling, and I've got friends who are really into wrestling, right? Just like wrestling, if you are going to enjoy wrestling, you have to take it seriously a little bit. You have to pretend like this is not all scripted. You have to pretend like they're not actors. You have to pretend like they really do hate each other. You have to pretend, because if you don't pretend, then you're just like it's just theater, right?
If you want to talk about hate,
but anyway, that's my point. Is it's the same with like ghosts and paranormal stuff. Like if you want to enjoy that stuff, you gotta believe it like just a little bit. You know what I mean?
Believe this a little bit. So you talk about hate. What happened was afterwards, they even though there's no real like Wiccan or pagan imagery in those images, it's just scantily clad women like holding deer to their mouth. Things like Fox News, InfoWars, Breitbart, all those just using it as yet more evidence of Satan creeping into our everyday lives. So like kind of that kind of the far right kind of Christian evangelical kind of side of media went crazy for it.
Did she contact these media sources?
No, it just went viral in the news. Now, then this is my theory. So I've done a hoax like this before, and you can license these images. You can create an image like this, and then you can go to an agency who will license it, which means that any kind of major news source, if they want to publish the image on the news or on their website, they have to pay you. And you can actually make a few $1,000s, maybe depending on how viral it goes, you can make a lot of money just from these images. And I did it once for the Unexplainers as a viral promo. I photographed mayflies in the UK in the sunlight, like the evening light. And mayflies actually look like fairies when you photograph them. There is kind of a weird trick with how they move that makes it look like a kind of a small humanoid figure with wings. And we went through one of these agencies, and it went so viral on the Mail Online website. The article had like 10,000 comments, so it was really successful promoting the podcast as like a prank.
Wow!
So you can actually, so if you want to take pictures like these on a trail cam and then go through one of those agencies and then pass it on to news outlets, you can make good money out of it. I wonder if that plays into it.
I had a concept for a script where these bank robbers went and robbed a bank, and there's just like a modern day bank, and they filmed it for whatever reason, and there's just no cash in the bank. It's all digital, right? And then they got away with like $500 in cash or something ridiculously small like that, and they got away and they escaped from the cops, and they're kind of just like talking about what the fuck they should do, and one of them gets an idea and they call a news agency, and the news agency offers them like $5,000 for the footage.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. And so that they have a business site, like they just go and they rob banks for like no money in order to sell the footage to news agencies afterwards.
Maybe the real treasure was the viral exposure they experienced online. Right. But that's it. That's one of the things I find is that a lot of the you can and I realize. And then
if you could you get like an exclusive deal with one of the news agencies who then pays you to go and rob banks just for them?
Well, the thing is that I realize, like looking back on that fairies, we photographed fairies prank, that it worked way better than I ever thought it would. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, they're not fairies." I'm like, "No, they're obviously mayflies." But there were so many people arguing back, going, "This has really made my day. It's really let me believe there's wonder in the world."
How much money did you make on that prank?
Probably about £1,000, which is just shy of $2,000. So it's kind of like I mean, for one photo of some flies, it's pretty good. But I would just say that like it's part of the problem with why people also don't believe news, because they publish that kind of shit and you make money off it. It's just playing that game.
Let's talk about this security cam footage. I want to believe in stuff like this. I do, but it's too many coincidences. Like The grandfather was involved and ended up being like the result of the shock factor. So, the woman who set up the trail cam had someone to show the trail cam footage to. Secondly, it was leaked and went viral and stuff like, I don't know. And it was recorded, like they captured this 10 minutes after they set up the trail cam. This is it's too much. It's too easy. I don't buy it. I'm going to give it a 1 out of 5 for believability on the Jesse Harley paranormal believability factor, which rolls off the tongue. So
yeah, that's fair enough.
The factor scale, the Jesse Harley believability factor scale, 1 out of 5 factor scale. So
that's fine. Do you wanna should we wrap this up then? This story, because
what are your thoughts on it?
Well, my thoughts on it. I think that it made me want to go and take another fake photo and make some easy money.
Do you want to do that?
We
can go to the Diefenbaker.
It's just so easy. It's just so easy. I'm sure that like about 6 months ago, I went to Harvard University to the museum there, and they had the Fiji mermaid. I don't know if you've ever seen the Fiji mermaid, but it was a P.T. Barnum kind of exhibition that he had. It was essentially a mummified monkey stitched onto the lower half of a fish, and it was presented as evidence of a mermaid.
Evidence, yeah, okay.
And he made that's what he did. He made a fortune off it, and I love that kind of shit because it's clearly fake and it's clearly a monkey sewn onto a fish.
That's amazing.
But people just love their minds being open to the wonder that there might be. It's like say I found a unicorn horn at Bayers Lake in Nova Scotia, somewhere between Bed Bath and Beyond and Toys R Us. That kind of shit. It's great.
Right.
I love it. It's totally fake, but people want to believe stuff like that. And I think that's what these things tap into. People want to believe it. If somebody's dicking about, whether the nurse knows or not, I don't know.
I think she does.
I guarantee you that if you own the rights to that image, the amount it was published on other news sites, you probably made a few $1,000s.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, I don't know about today,
Yeah. Do you know
especially with oh my god, especially with AI video on the rise now, like how the fuck
I know exactly. Well, yeah, you can just don't believe anything unless you see yourself, and even then you might be hallucinating.
Hey Jill, why are you so sad?
Jimmy, it's my clothes. A genetically modified raccoon has moved into my closet and claimed dominion over everything. I had to borrow this outfit from a poorly dressed friend.
Jill, take a deep breath and look at my clothes. I'm adorned in cool podcast merch, from the coolest podcast Canada has ever birthed.
Is that Stephen Harper?
Yes, it is.
Laying eggs on the dark side of the moon.
His spawn shall ravage the earth?
How prophetic.
I know. Get your ass to tpublic.com/user/Canada is boring, and you too can be the coolest mofo in the room.
That's tpublic.com/user/Canada is boring.
I am Jill, bringer of death.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring. Canada's coolest club. Premium fun, privileged access to secret content, a chat app with the hosts, hours of fun for everyone, the promise of eternal life.
Patreon.com/Canada is boring.
Let's dive into the STD zone as well as
STD zone incoming.
And then okay.
You are now entering the STD zone. Incoming STD. Loading small talk. Enhancing anecdotes. Dick jokes processing. You have reached the small talk dimension zone.
So this is the STD zone.
But should we do?
We got an email from a listener.
Okay.
So remember we did the whole one about being nice to Alberta so they don't kind of split away and leave Canada?
I do, yeah.
So he said, I am an anonymous Albertan that just finished your most recent podcast episode about angry Albertans. And as someone that personally loathes the UCP, I don't think simply being nice to us will change anything because we do not deserve your kindness.
Oh.
People are so volatile here. There's literally a saying here about how to treat people on the East Coast, and that's let the eastern bastards freeze. Alberta is currently swan diving into fascism amid a laundry list of political scandals, the provincial government rolling back the few tools that we have available to fight back. They've enacted laws to starve municipalities and institutions like universities from accessing federal funds unless the institution or project is aligned with the UCP's vision. They're enacting legislation to keep trans girls out of sports, forbidding hormone treatment and name changes for youth, as well as taking school library advice from far-right groups like Action for Canada, while actively lying and saying it was concerned parents that brought the issue of inappropriate books in school to the government's attention. The UCP are actually considering reducing the education requirement to be a nurse, as well as considering rolling back the education needed to be a teacher. I would describe things here as being so socially toxic that is akin to being in an abusive relationship or cult. Like when I went to Ontario for a week in 2023, and upon returning home to Alberta, it took me over a month to readjust to life with a heavy dark cloud of negativity and stress. It's not just me. I know plenty of other people that are feeling the same way, unless Albertans have a major wake-up call about all of our problems being self-induced, 40-plus years of continuous Conservative government, then things will never get better. That was a very long, thoughtful, and
fucking sobering as shit.
Still be nice to Albertans, even if they do want us to freeze on the East Coast.
Well, thank you so much for your email, whoever you are, anonymous person. We appreciate you taking the time out of your day to write to us and tell us, painting such a bleak fucking picture of your home.
No, I just think, obviously, if you're living there and that's your local news, you kind of consume it all the time. Yeah, there's weird stuff going on, but I think that it's up to Albertans to vote. I guess that's the only way it's going to change. If you don't like that government, you need to convince everyone to vote. But I think that I still believe we still need to be nice.
I think it doesn't cost anything to be nice,
apart from apparently freedom. So
what do they say? They say let East Coasters freeze to death.
Let the East Coast bastards freeze.
Because without their oil, we'll die. Is that what it is?
Something oil, probably. Yeah.
something oil.
There's basically the
something oil.
Discourse. Something oil, and then that's what you need to say. I'll vote for you. Yes, something oil. How do you feel about healthcare? Something oil.
Yeah. I lived in Alberta for, I'm sure our readers know this. I lived in Alberta for 3 years in Calgary, and ups and downs, but it was a very beautiful place. It's just
readers.
Beautiful. Oh, did I say readers? Our listeners.
This is a book now.
It was my favorite. I think my favorite time was they've got a river that, like a lot of cities, are built around water for porting reasons. But we've got this lazy river that no boats can go on, but the river goes like meanders. It's a decent sized river too, but just not enough for like a cargo ship or anything like that. And it just meanders all the way through the river, all the way through the city. And in the summertime, there's a very popular, I don't know if you call it a sport, an activity that Calgarians do, which is they get an inflatable raft and a bunch of beers, and they go from one end of the river and they just float on the river for like 3 hours with their friends and drinking beers in the sun. And I did it one year, and it was really fun. You're not allowed to bring beer, but like, what the fucking cops gonna do? Get in their raft and come get you,
with their beers.
Hey, you get out of the river! No, okay.
I got married in Alberta.
Hold on,
I was there last year, and I just got to say I like Alberta too, and it's good. It's a good place. It's just
okay, all right. I had an end to that story.
What was the end to your story? You did it. You did it.
Well, I did it, and can you hear me? There we go.
Yeah.
I fortunately brought a spare raft because my raft snagged a rock and started leaking. And so it was like, tss, and I'm like laying in it while going down the river with all my friends, and I'm sinking. I'm actively sinking into the river, but it like slowly, it wasn't like, glump or anything like it was very slow descent, like the Titanic. And I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do? And I'm like, hey, like I called to my friend, like, throw me my spare. And they threw me my spare. And while I am laying on my sinking raft, traveling down the river with all of my friends, I am as hard as I can, blowing up my spare raft, right? So like it's a race against time and they're all watching me. This takes 10 minutes. I'm practically completely sunken at this point. I've blown up my entire new spare raft, right? And then at the last second before I finally like plunge into the icy depths of the Calgary River, I roll out of my sinking raft onto my spare raft, hauling all of my food and supplies with me, and let my other raft drown, and they all cheer and we continue on our way. And that was a
did you litter?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
There you go. Jesse Harley, formerly Calgary's #1 blower.
Okay, that was it.
I was just gonna throw in a random. I also have been to Calgary and Alberta too. Got married there. That was what I was gonna say.
Nice, bro.
Nice, bro. Has anybody else ever been to Alberta? Leave us a speakpipe. Speakpipe.com/Canadian politics is boring. I know those kind of emails are always sad, and I'm sorry that you're dealing with those kind of feelings and thoughts, and I hope things improve in a societal way, but probably not for a while, because the election wasn't long ago, I don't think. But yeah.
My suggestion is if things get too hard, if you're in Calgary or anywhere in Alberta, and just go to the mountains for like a weekend.
Yeah.
Get away, go to the mountains, clear your head.
Find an abandoned mine and move in.
Yep. That's right. Well, sure. That's what I was.
I got a little story from our trip to Europe as well for you. So,
I hope that you have like a list of these, and that every episode
I've got a load. We went to London. We went to London, and I don't know if you've ever been to London, but when the weather is warm, all of the pubs just spill out onto the street. So people will go in, get a pint, and they'll go and sit outside on the curb. So it just feels like London is like what street after street of parties. Because there's lots of pubs, lots of bars, except everyone is now just unofficially on the streets without any kind of like organization.
Okay.
And we were walking through the city, and my middle son turned to me. He was like, "Dad, why does everyone here just smoke and drink all the time?" Because that's what it looked like. It looked like it was in a city of people smoking and drinking. Like
what time of day was this?
It's like 2:00 in the afternoon. Like. But he was right, from his perspective, he's just flown to this country that he doesn't remember where he was born. And the streets are just full of people drinking beer and smoking.
That's amazing. I love
all
that.
I could go was like, yeah, I guess they do. So
that's your story?
That's my story. There's a lot more drinking going on in the UK than in Canada. And
it's a culture. It's a whole, I've been told this. It's a huge, like drinking in the UK is this massive culture.
Well, we went to catch up with some friends, and they were like, "Hey, let's meet in the pub in the village." So we went to the village pub, and like obviously kids don't go in bars very often in Canada. They're not usually like, it's not socially acceptable to hang out in a bar with your kid.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because I've never really understood this, and I saw a quick video of this. I don't even know if you sent it to me, about the difference between England, Britain, and the UK. And like it's
okay. I'll break it.
Let me say. Well, let me tell you what I've learned, and you correct me if I'm wrong.
Do you want me to just tell you what it is?
Well, I kind of want to see if
rather than we ask you how wrong you are first.
I want to see how.
Well, all I was going to say was my kids really enjoyed going up to the bar and ordering their own drinks as well.
What?
They just go up and get like a pop or something from the bar, and they quite like it being like, "Hey, I'm going to go get a drink at the bar."
Oh, that's funny. I thought you meant like a beer.
Oh, no, they're not a beer.
So Britain refers to the British Isles, which is like Scotland and...
The British Isles are the islands that you see, which
the
is
islands
British
that you
Isles.
see, and that
is the bigger one and the smaller one, which is mainly Ireland. Those are the Isles.
Those are the Isles, and is that not referred to as Britain?
No, because there's distinct like... So
and
Ireland,
then the UK is those
Ireland
like
is
Scotland, England, and Northern Ireland, but not Ireland is the UK, and England is a country inside of the UK.
So you've got the British Isles are the geographical islands that the UK and Ireland are on. And Ireland is in the Republic of Ireland, and the UK is in the United Kingdom. So the British Isles are just like, it's like saying, "Oh, look, there's Baffin Island." You don't go, that Baffin Island is Canada, or it's just a geographical term. Then the United Kingdom are 4 United Kingdoms. So you've got England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales are the 4 kingdoms that make up the United Kingdom.
So what is Britain?
Britain is just the island.
Which island?
Great Britain is the bigger island.
Is the bigger of the islands.
Yeah.
So Great Britain, otherwise known as Britain, is just the main island, which consists of Wales and England.
Wales, England, and Scotland. Because
Scotland is its own island.
Scotland's not an island, Jesse.
Hold on a second.
Scotland is not an island. They've got a wall called Hadrian's Wall they tried to build between.
Hold on a second. What are you talking about?
Scotland's not an island.
Oh, you're right. Look at that. Why can't I find... That's interesting.
So no wonder you got it wrong.
I really thought Scotland was his own island. Okay, so I get you. All right, so I'm looking at Google Maps now. So there's Northern Ireland.
You just imagine, you were just thinking about Loch Ness. That's what it was.
So the UK, the British Isles...
are the islands. Great Britain
island.
is the big island. The UK is the country. And the United Kingdom is a collection of countries.
So it's so confusing because it's a country of countries, right? Like
it is.
The UK is a country filled with other countries inside of it, and the UK and Britain is the main island, which excludes Northern Ireland, which is part of the UK, which is essentially the big island plus Northern Ireland.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah, that's not confusing at all. Okay, Jesus.
It's really easy. It's really simple. There's a song. Do you want me to sing the song so you can remember it?
Yes.
There's no song.
Oh, can you make one up?
Probably not.
Come on. Come on.
It's too complicated to sing a song about.
Hold on. You know what? Watch this. I'm going to ask ChatGPT. Can you make me a song about the difference between, what is it? Britain?
The
UK and what?
The 4 nations.
The 4 nations. Britain Ain't the Whole Thing is the name of the title.
Okay, sing it.
Well, let me tell you about a place that's kind of small, but confusing as hell when you name it all. There's England, Scotland, Wales, and then don't forget Northern Ireland again. This is horrible.
There we go. More AI slop from Jesse.
Great Britain's just one island, don't be misled. Ireland's right next door, painted orange and red. The north part is the UK state, but the south's its own land. Ain't that great? So England ain't Britain and Britain ain't the UK. If you call a Scot English, they won't say hooray. Say British instead.
Mild.
That's the safe way to go. It covers all 4 in one polite bow. So here's your cheat sheet. Don't mix it again. England's one country, but it's got 3 friends. Britain's the island with 3 in the crew, and the UK's the gang. Yeah, it's Britain plus 2. Jesus. All right. It wasn't that bad.
There we go.
For a song that was invented in 5 seconds flat.
Well, on that note, goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everybody. Bye. Thanks for coming and wasting your time with us.
Bye.
Love you all. Send us a speak pipe. Tell us your thoughts on shit. I don't know. I don't even think anymore.
Slag.
I need a coffee. Slag. Okay. Bye.
A place that's exciting with kryptonite. You may fall asleep with no